Glory to Nurgle, all of his buboes, blood, pus and guts. Because I am Jones and I'm playing a Plague Champion. Oh, he looks so cool. Love this skin. Kudos to Magos Newt. Who is looking forward for Mechanicus 2, by the way. I am looking forward to that game. Going to be so cool to once again slaughter Necrons as the Admech. And also slaughter the Admech as Necrons. Flo is going to be playing as the Aversa Assassin on this side. We've got a little bit of him in... What was that game called? Chaos Gate. Got a little bit of Aversa Assassin action in Chaos Gate. His Neurotoxin pistol was very, very powerful in that game. It was quite cool to see. Killing lots of Nurgle dudes, actually, now that I think about it. There you go. And he was backed up by Grey Knights. Oh, yeah! Chaos Gate, here we are, boys. We're watching a Chaos Gate gameplay. IST going to get caught out by the PC on the side here. This is a bad situation for them. Probably going to lose a model. Right? Thank you. I guess it's worth it. I wonder how he'll do here with the damage over time. That goes through the Garrison, so makes his effective damage against units in buildings a lot better than normal. And there's only 3 of them now to shoot him, so 75% damage. If he gets in... I mean, he's doing fine, isn't he? He can tank that damage fine and then get in cover and force them off. Wow. Plague Champion so strong. And meanwhile, the CSM have hidden in the Garrison here against the EA, having a much better time in their Garrison. The EA is going to have to be very careful. Watch out, man. CD Projekt Red's going to get ya. Okay. Very light build from Flo so far. What have the Strike Squad been doing? Okay, they rotated to deal with the PC, and that gives the IST the safety they need to go take the VP. This is not a good fight for the Heretics. Without their AC, they're very, very weak. Strike Squad easily fend them off, and this is the problem. You've just fed him a load of XP on his Strike Squad, who get exponentially better as they level. Maybe just running in and getting a Doom Blast, then running away and retreating would have been good. Get the PC in the building shooting, you take off a bit of HP off the strikes. Or just fucking avoid fighting them with Heretics altogether and just cap around the map. I don't know. He did get another IST. He's trying to get a third one. Not going to work. But he has got the safety of the Garrison. Ooh, he's gone for Fast Mucus. Interesting choice. I would have gone for the Aspiring Champion. You see, so instead of going for the Mucus, he could have ran the Heretics here, hid them, whilst the PC zoned, gone the Aspiring Champion and then moved out. He actually would have been countered by the Purgation anyway, but still, I think that would have been more effective than the Mucus. There's a chance that the Purgation wouldn't have come this way. But anyway, they have. So he's got to leave. EA once again going to get on the CSM. They're not going to run to this Garrison, they're running down the mid. Are they baiting into Havocs? Havocs are down here. Heretics once again getting wrecked. Engaging a little too early there before they got the Aspiring Champion. A bit of a misplay. Oh, and I don't think they needed to retreat the PC either. Come on, Jones. Could have stayed in play, took the green cover, whilst the Havocs keep these idiots suppressed. It'd have been fine. CSM somehow still in play. EA must have been missing a lot of his bolt pistol shots to have not killed one of these guys. He must have been chasing him for ages. And we did get some sneaky little Heretics running down the back line. Havocs and CSM going to move up to support, but yeah, I was going to say I don't think they'll be able to do it in time before the Heretics have to retreat. They will suppress those Purgation. Needs to suppress the EA though. Yeah, CSM can run into melee, that's fine. Oh, no, apparently not. They don't want to. They should have. Now he's in a pretty bad spot. Yeah, now they're going to get suppressed. Or not. What the hell was that shooting Purgation? But the EA, with his Sin Skin Body Glove, has managed to get into melee with the Havocs. They're going to take the safety of the Garrison. As you can tell, if you haven't already, this is a very Garrison-centric map. So that Incinerator is going to be quite handy. Look at that damage. Beautiful damage. They've got to get out of there. That's a dead Havoc. IST running around with 2 models. Interesting. So Flo really focusing on his Grey Knights. Doesn't want to go Inquisitorial Stormtrooper Heavy. Unlikely you'd get operatives against a heavy infantry faction anyway, because their shotguns aren't going to do much to the heavy infantry armour of Marines. We've got the Plague Sword, or in this case with this skin, Plague Power Axe on the Plague Champion, and that will tear through Grey Knights quite easily. That Plasma Pistol also is quite scary that he gets with it. But right now, with that knockback, he's in a pretty bad spot. He needs to get out of there. I wouldn't risk getting specialed and wiped. Oh, he's staying in. Okay, he's got the coverage here of the Doom Blast to suppress them, to stop them killing in retreat. So that was actually a beautiful play. I wasn't paying attention to the location of the AC ticks. CSM running into Purgation to stop them being able to use their Incinerator on the AC ticks, which would do a lot of damage, of course. One of the Grey Knight Strike Squads does fall, but Interceptors arrive thanks to that low requisition build of flow. He gets his next tier 1.5 unit out quite quickly, but there you go, second jump. Can the Interceptors finish off the ticks? They don't go for it. Man, if they went for it, that would have been a wipe. Instead, they're just going to kill one of the Havoc models. They get all 8 heretics, and eventually the CSM themselves have to retreat. They really don't want to just be mindlessly air moving into the Purgation, but it was a wise decision there to stop the Incinerator burning down the heretics, which would have done a lot of damage. Of course, heretics, many models in a squad, so the AoE damage of the Incinerator is very effective against them. Now, the problem here compositionally for Jones, well, to be honest, I think Jones needs another unit, and I think getting 2 heretics was a mistake here. I think he should have gone for Raptors. No, two ACs. He should have still got the 2 heretics, but not 2 ACs. I think Raptors would have done a lot better. They could jump on the Purgation and shut it down, and then you've got another melee unit to fight off the Strike Squad and Interceptors. Going for the 2 AC ticks, the problem is you kind of need both your AC ticks in the main fight to handle the Interceptors and the Strike Squad, but then you've got no capping unit. You're going to cap with CSM. It's a very expensive capping unit compared to IST running around with less than 4 models. Very low on upkeep. And obviously not as high on initial sunk cost as the CSM. So there is a bit of a problem here for Jones. Furthermore, Jones's units aren't going to scale very well. Heretics don't get any better in tier 2, whereas the Interceptors and Strike Squad get a lot better. Purgation getting a nice flank on here. Coming from an angle, doing a lot of damage against the AC ticks. Tried to mitigate some of that with a Mucus Discharge. I'm not sure whether it healed on the models. It might have done, you know. That was quite effective. Interceptors going deep to try and force off the Havoc, but they're risking getting whacked right now. They're going to die. They're dead. They're dead. Plague Sword Champion is absolutely kicking these Grey Knights' ass right now. Beautifully done. And a nice teleport from the zombie as well, tying up the Purgation. Plague Sword, a side effect of it. So I didn't actually talk about this thing, just assuming that you guys know, but if any of you don't, the listed £50 melee DPS is actually a bit of a misnomer, because it ignores melee resist, unlike normal melee weapons. There's basically no other melee weapons in the game that do this. So that 50 DPS is actually way higher, because normally a 50 DPS weapon would do, well, what is it, 0.6 times as much. So only 30 DPS against a hero or a melee unit. This thing is doing 50 DPS, so 30 to 50. You're talking more than a 50% increase. It's pretty nuts. So really, compared to, if we do the maths, it's probably close to about an 80 DPS power melee weapon compared to any other weapon. It also increases his health by 70, and when it kills models, it spawns a zombie of those models. I mean, on paper it sounds cracked, but the thing is, this guy doesn't have a lot of health, he's slow, and he's not immune to knockback like the Chaos Lord, so it's quite easy to control usually like that. And it does become exponentially stronger in tier 2 when you get the Armour of Pestilence, which does give him knockback immunity, but at that point it's like, oh, I could get the Power Fist, and then I have a bit of AV threat, and also the lovely Pestilent Strike ability, which stuns melee and protects you if you're capping a VP, so it's awkward. It's a good weapon, but the lack of knockback immunity and lack of synergy in tier 2 with the Armour of Pestilence is a bit awkward. Anyway, both players are now in tier 2. Jones is going to be getting Plague Marines. They're an AV unit to counter this Razorback that's on the field, already turned into a Razorback from a Rhino. Oh no, he's got the power, so Jones actually is going to cancel that and go for a Dreadnought. He does have Havocs on the field, so we'll see whether he wants to upgrade them or not. I would. I'd go for Mark of Tzeentch and a Dreadnought, and you should be good. Mark of Tzeentch does give them a las cannon. It's not upgrading them though. One of the problems with Chaos Havocs, the little weakness that they've got is, you can tell when they're upgrading, because they hover with a mark. If these were Space Marine Devastators, at any second they could pop out with a las cannon and hit you and snare you, and it'd be really quite scary. but you know that Chaos Havocs aren't doing that because they've got to go through that animation where they can't shoot and they telegraph their upgrade. So it was easy to just drive the Razorback in and force off the Havocs there. I'm not sure why Jones had the Havocs in play there. If he saved his last cannon in the back and got one hit snaring the Razorback and then forced melee with the Dreadnought, he probably would have wiped the Razorback. So I think that was a big opportunity that he missed there, really. Heretic's hiding over here. We've got the Neuro Gauntlet now and the Aversa Assassin, so he's going to be pretty much unmatched in melee combat. But Jones is okay. I mean, he's got CSM with bolters, he's got a Havoc, and he's got a Dreadnought, so he doesn't need to fight the Aversa Assassin in melee. Claiming a Strike Squad model there is pretty nice. I wonder what AV we're going to see from Flo. Are we going to see the inevitable Vindicator Assassin? Perhaps. Again, if he had Raptors in Tier 1, that'd do great. To synergise with the Dreadnought. Jump on top of whatever AV unit comes out, be it Vindicator or Purgation. If it's a Vindicator and you have... Oh, wow. Purifiers. I was going to say, if you've got Raptors and it's a Vindicator... Oh my god. I can't say it, there's too much happening! Incinerator absolutely melts these ticks. Clearly Jones forgot about them. Whoops! If you've got the Vindicator Assassin against Raptors, you've got to be really careful of the Demonic Fury ability, which does a lot of spike damage to a single entity and also sends them flying. So if you send them flying in the direction of your units, or a Khorne Dreadnought, it would die quite easily. But that's not what we're going to have. We're going to have Purifiers. Now, obviously, Flo didn't see that it has upgraded to a Mark of Khorne. This is so bold of Jones. How did he know? I mean, if this was a Vindicator, going Mark of Khorne would be absolutely crazy. There's already a Purgation. Oh yeah, shit, he's already got a Purgation squad, so that's why he didn't get a Vindicator, because he's already got the Beamer. I forgot he had a Purgation squad in Tier 1, whoops. So... he's got the Purgation squad which can snare, combine it with a Melter Bomb on the Aversa, but he doesn't have the charge armor, so the Aversa is very telegraphed if he's slowly walking forward to throw a Melter Bomb onto the Dreadnought. Purifiers are going to go in there. They use their ability which silences nearby units, so prevents them from using their ability. No mucus discharge for a while from the PC, but finally it wore off there. And they do what Purifiers do. They just lead the line, they charge forward, and they purify with Thunderhammers and Power Swords. Dreadnought had gone to the left to force off a Strike Squad. The IST did get picked off at some point, that's a shame. Yeah, so he's having to cap with Strike Squad now, which is... It's annoying in one sense for Jones, because it takes a lot to force off a Strike Squad, but on the other hand... It's a very expensive capping unit, isn't it? Mark of Tzeentch now on play. I don't know whether to say on the field or in play there. On play, what? They're on the field. Oh, he's gone for a second CSM. What the fuck? So these are a second CSM squad trying to finish it off with the Mark of Tzeentch, and he gets it. Yeah, a little bit slow there of a reaction from Flo after getting hit by the last cannon. Dreadnought not in play. Oh my god, nearly wipes out the CSM. 3 models lost. Very lucky for Jones there that he didn't lose the Aspirant Champion. Hypermetabolism down on the Aversa Assassin, giving him a little bit more sustainability, but I think one more shot's going to kill him. One more hit from the Plague Sword. Oh, he fucked it at last minute. Plague Champion, you need to work on your sprints, mate. Purifiers encountering a Khorne Dreadnought, not a good matchup for them. Now the thing is, it's funny, they'd actually be amazing against a normal Dreadnought. Well, not amazing, but they'd hold their own. But the 40% melee resist instead of 20%, and the splash damage coming out of the Mark of Khorne upgrade, even ignoring if he uses Blood Rage for 40% damage resistance. Oh no, that's melee resist. I don't know what Blood Rage is. Is it like 50% melee resist? Or just damage resistance even? Something like that. Basically, you can't hurt him while he's Blood Raging. Very lucky special attack there. And now these guys are getting wrecked. Yikes. Oof. Oof. Wow. Justicar and 2 models down? That hurts. But at least the Dreadnought got hit a few times. That's going to take a long time to heal. No, he didn't finish the cap. Jones! No. Oh, sad times. I suspect that the Aversa Assassin is going to be a pain in the arse here. Yeah, now that these Havocs are las cannon and not not heavy bolter. There's nothing to really deter him from walking into the 2 CSM. Feels bad, man. I like how the 2 heroes on each side are absolutely wrecking the infantry. And Flo managed to get tier 3 and is going for a Warhammer Razorback. What the hell? He is quite far behind in terms of VPs, but man, the Warhammer Razorback's so powerful, I could definitely see it happening. Making the comeback. Dreadnought, stuck in melee mode with Markon. It's a curious decision, I don't know about it, I really don't. It's shown some utility, but it's going to struggle against a Warhammer Razorback. Getting another Dreadnought could make it Mark of Tzeentch. Pretty good against tanks, it'll be able to stand and trade 1v1 against it, but obviously it lacks the mobility of a Warhammer. We'll see. The other problem with the Mark of Tzeentch is you can tie it up in melee, and he's got 2 very good units to do it here, especially with friends on. Knockback and suppression resistance. So basically no way to stop him from running in and tying up your Dreadnought. He got the melter bomb off. There is a beamer. But the Warhammer is very cocky with nothing. Wow. Oh my god, look at the HP on the Purifiers. They get wiped by the hull-mounted bolter. But the Con Dreadnought goes down for it. Just a default Dreadnought, not a Mark of Tzeentch. But only 57 VPs and ticking down. He gets the 1-to-1 cap. Okay. Alright. Let's see. See how it goes. Alright. Another squad of IST come out to repair the Warhammer. Makes sense. It's a very expensive investment. You don't want it to go to waste at this point. I think Flo should have this. Even though he's so low on VPs, it's going to be really hard to push with the Warhammer lurking around. This Versa Assassin is very hard to deal with right now. Fighting the PC, but the stun there from Pestilent Strike gonna help him win that. PC does have armor of Pestilence, so he's not back immune and with a load of HP. I think he'd still lose to the Warhammer. Sorry, to the Versa Assassin if he had full health, but I don't think the EA had full health there. I think the raw DPS would be way too high. Yeah, Friends On also gives DR, so there's no chance. Jones goes for CPM. Big tanky boys with plague knives. And they're just going to get onto the VP in the mid. Not noticing here, Flo, the Warhammer Razorback taking a lot of damage from the las cannon. Another shot's going to hit. Oh, no, not quite. Still. Quite squishy. Dreadnought guarding the natural VP. Should be firing at the CPM. Yeah, clever. Notices that he can shoot them while not being in range. A little bit late for that though. Yeah, Strike Squad are going to flee from that Dreadnought. They don't want that heat. And PC's going to rush over to the side again to attack the natural VP. So the Warhammer Razorback's going to turn around. But the Versa Assassin is chilling. There's not really anything in the middle. Honestly, the EA right now should be able to smash these CPM up quite easily. Yep. Not getting knocked over by the explosion thanks to Friends On. And yep, there goes another one. Another one bites the dust. Yeah, another one bites the dust. PC did get the decap over here, so that's something. And they finish off the IST to the CSM level 2. That's all they need apparently. Strike Squad can now run over. cap that point. Look how fast the EA absolutely tears through these things with that neurotoxin gauntlet. Neuro gauntlet. And Flo's stalled long enough to be able to get Terminators. And that 1-2 of Vortimer plus Terminators should be the end of it in favour of him, but we'll see. Can Jones come out and do something to get rid of these 44 VPs before these Terminators can be relevant? Not clear. I'm just going to say Flo needs to be careful. He could lose his EA here if he retreats at the wrong time, but he's okay. I'm not sure about pushing that deep. Should have known the Dreadnought was there because he's seen it last time with his strike squad and he hasn't seen it fighting over this side, so obviously it's still guarding the natural, right? I'm not sure why he's quite so desperate to cap a power point at this stage of the game. Crazy power in Flo's hands, and frankly it doesn't matter on Jones anyway. Land Raider Crusader. My god, Flo's got quite the economy, hasn't he? Quite funny to go for a Land Raider Crusader when you've only got 44 VPs left, but sure. Dropping down an orbital bombardment to try and kill the Plague... Chosen Plague Marines who do get the decap, and the Plague Champion's going to get the cap in the middle as well. Terminators are going to get straight on that. That is the priority when the VPs are this low. He hasn't got anything over there. Yeah, so he has to cap this. Even though he's getting shot by Mark of Zeech with the Aspirant Champion, meaning this dude at the front's got a plasma gun, so he's really hurting. No! He stopped capping! Cap! Flo. He's got time. He's got time. Jones is not committing his forces. He just lost the PC. He's got the Dreadnought here. I think he needed to rotate them over for this fight to get... to at least delay the cap for longer. Now, he still would have lost. Well, I mean, I'm saying he's lost, but he'd still be in the same situation. This would be lower than 9, but these guys would still cap this in time. He'd probably be on about 3 VPs if he stalled in the mid here for long before these would get the cap. Maybe. So, this is a problem now for Jones. There's a fucking Land Raider Crusader coming down. He can't even kill a Vortimer Razorback. There's Terminators. How the hell is he gonna rat his way out of this one? That is not clear to me. He keeps sending his Purgation to take this point. I don't know why. Just leave it. It's not important. In case that Dreadnought rotates, you want these guys in play. It's not rotating though. It's not interested. He's got plenty of time, but... I mean, against this composition of Vortimer, Termes, Land Raider, I don't know what you can even get. He's like a Great Ungleeman or a Land Raider Phobos, which obviously been stuck in tier 2, he's not going to get anytime soon. Now he meets the Hurricane Bolters of that Land Raider Crusader right there. And he's in for the bad time. Yeah, CPM mindlessly attacking the VP, even with touch and but it's not going to be enough, guys. We're going to get shredded by Vortimer and Terminators. To be fair, it was close. Yeah, he just froze it. He just froze everything up to the point to try and win with decaps, but even if he got that decap, he wouldn't have won. He drained 7 VPs. Maybe he would actually. That's a decap drains 7 VPs, right? Not a full cap, and a full cap takes 50% longer, maybe? So he might have actually. I guess it was worth a shot, but the Dreadnought was late to the party. He needed to be there sooner. It was a bit of a mess of an engagement. Just need to push with everything at once. Oh well. He's done now. There's nothing he can do. Yeah. Bit of a strange one. Still not even sure how Flo got so far ahead in tech, to be honest. I guess he hit tier 2 first, and then he got Razorback plus Purifiers, not that heavy, I guess. It was quite heavy. You got Metal Bombs, Neuro Gauntlet. Well, it is what it is, I suppose. I mean, Jones went for a really heavy tier 2, didn't he, actually? Because he repurchased... Well, not repurchased, but he got another squad of CSM in tier 2, which is really expensive to fully upgrade. You know, that's more than a Walker. And then he went for 2 Walkers, so yeah, he kind of committed to not going tier 3. Which I guess was a mistake, because he couldn't quite shut out the VPs. But hey, got him down to 9, so pretty close game right there. GG's to the players, thanks for the submission. That is going to be all from you, boy Torpid. I am signing out.